Hello once again, since we already finished recording this one. Just move my camera here. Here. We already computed for this one, our one sari-sari store with the following transaction. And now we are to prepare your uh, activity wherein we need to prepare the cash flow statement of Teresa's delivery service using the following. We have the net income, depreciation expense, 500 for the net income, 70 for depreciation expense, gains on sale of the property and equipment. For 10,000, the increase in trade and other receivables, 250,000. Increase in trade and other payables for 150,000. And then the amount proceeds from sale of the property and equipment for 50,000 pesos, and then paid loan from a bank for 100,000 pesos, and then of course the beginning cash balance of 70,000 pesos. So same with this problem, we need first to prepare the heading, of course. So we'll just copy this one, yan, so that we don't need to write again. Then we'll just change it into Teresa's delivery service. Teresa's delivery services cash flow statement on December 30, 20. The year ended. This is 2016. So this will be 2016. That's right. Then of course, we need to write then the cash flow from operating activities. So that will be cash flow from operating activities. So that will be, since there are a lot. No? So first we identify what will be the different cash flows from the activity or from the operating activities. Of course, we have the net income. So we highlight this as yellow. The depreciation expense should also be in uh, the operating activities. And of course, we have trade and other receivables and trade and other payables. Yan. And then we also have the gain on sale of property and, and equipment, because this will be a sale. And then of course, under our investing, this will be our the proceeds from our, let's color this green, from the sale of the property and equipment. And then for investing, that will be, or the in financing, we have the paid loan from the bank. So we highlight this as colored blue. And then of course we'll be adding the beginning balance later. So we now, since we already identified what will be the cash flows from the operating, financing, and investing, this will be the time that we will be doing our transaction. So for the cash flow from operating activities, we have the net income for 500,000 pesos. So that is net income for 500,000 pesos. That's 500 peso sign here. And then we'll just arrange them accordingly. Yan. And then we will be using this as format, and then number, and then just remove the two decimal places. Net income. After the net income, we'll be adding back or add back the net or the depreciation expense. So the depreciation expense. Add back the depreciation expense. Then we'll just move this one here. There you go. So the depreciation expense is amounting to 70,000 pesos. Just copy this there. And then afterwards, we will be deducting the gains on sale on the property plant or the property and equipment. So that is gain on sale. You can also copy this one and just remove the highlight. There you go. Then we'll just move this one so you can, and since then afterwards we can now compute for the different operating under our operating income, the cash flow from the operating income. So that is 560. So this is for 10,000. So this is deduct since we have we will be lessing the gain on sale on equipment. So we'll be deducting that as I've said. So that will be equal sum 500,000 plus 70 is 570 minus 10,000 is 560. And then there will be an increase in trade and other receivables. So the increase in trade and other receivable will be deducted. So increase, why do we deduct the increase in trade and other receivables? Because that will be another outflow from the company. So increase in trade and other receivable. So hindi pa natin natatanggap yung pera. That's why they will be deducted. Increase in trade and other receivables. So that is on net. So the increase in trade and other receivables for 250,000 pesos. So if you would like to format this easily, you highlight the whole row and then number, and then there you go, number, and then just remove the two decimal places. Then afterwards, an increase in trade and other payable. So that is increase in trade and other payable. So it will be up to you if you would like to copy and paste, or wait, or just retype it. So increase in trade and other payables will be 150,000 pesos. That's 150,000 pesos. Since uh, this one is increase, so we'll need to deduct this. There you go. And then afterwards, we will compute for the net cash generated from the operating net cash generated from operating activities. So that is just equal sum. The 560 minus 250 is 310 plus 150 is 460. So that will be it for our operating activities. And then afterwards, we need to compute for the cash flow naman from the investing activity. So that is cash flow from investing activity. So our cash flow from investing activity is only one. I think that is the proceeds from sale of property and equipment. So we sold the property and equipment, so that will be an inflow for the company amounting to 50,000 pesos. That's 50,000 pesos. I'll just put the peso signs here and here since this is a new transaction, and then there you go. And then that will be the net cash flow. And just copy this one. Net cash flow generated from investing activity. Investing activity. So that is just the same. So just copy this equals and then the cell that's 50,000 pesos. Then just close it. So it would determine that we already finished the cash flow from investing. And then lastly, the investing for financing. From financing activity. So that is we only have one. It's a paid loan from a bank. So that is paid loan from a bank. So you just copy this one, then paste, then remove the highlight. And it will be up to you if you would like to highlight it or not. But for me, for my workflow, I would like to highlight it so that it will be easy for me to determine which is from the operating, investing, and financing. The paid loan from the bank for 100,000 pesos. So what do we do if we will be paying or we will be having the paid loan from a bank? So the bank will be giving us 100,000. So that will be an inflow. So that will be, and I'll just move this camera, and then this will be the net cash generated from the financing activity. So that is 100,000 pesos. So equals 1,000 pesos. Close it, and then afterwards we'll be computing now for the whole uh, net change in cash. So that will be net change in cash, net change in cash. So that is to sign here, and then will be equal sum, and then the different cell is 460 comma, and then 50,000, that's 510 comma, and then lastly 100,000. So that is 610,000 pesos. But wait, there's more. We have the cash at the beginning balance, the beginning cash balance, that is 70,000 pesos. Cash January, cash for January 1, 2016, amounting to 70,000 pesos. So that's 70,000 pesos. So this will be now our final or the ending cash balance as of December 31, 2016, amounting to 610 610,000 plus 70,000. So that's 680,000 pesos. So we'll just fold this, and then we'll be having a double rule under this one. So that's 680,000 pesos. So from the preparation of the cash flow statement for Teresa's delivery service, we have the Teresa's cash flow statement as or for the year ended December 31, 2016. So here we have the cash flow from operating wherein yan, we'll just use the same fonts, right? And then we'll just change the font. Changing it into 10. There. So the net income for 500,000 pesos, add back the depreciation expense for 70,000 pesos, and then the gains on sale of the property and equipment for negative 10,000, so because we'll be lessing it, and then there will be an increase in trade and other receivables for 250,000 pesos. They'll deduct it for the increase in trade and other payables, so that's 150,000 thousand pesos for a total of 460,000 pesos for the net cash generated from operating activities. And therefore, the cash flow from investing, we have proceeds from the sale of property and equipment amounting to 50,000 pesos. And then the net cash generated from it will be, of course, the total, which is 50,000 pesos. And lastly, the cash flow from the financing activities, which is the paid loan from a bank for 100,000. And then that will be the net cash generated from the financing activity amounting to 100,000 pesos. So we'll be adding the net cash generated from operating, investing, and financing. That's 460 plus 50 plus 100. That is 610,000 pesos. And we'll be adding the beginning cash balance. That's 70,000 pesos. So 610 from the net cash generated from the different activities or the net change in cash plus 70,000, that's 680,000 for our ending cash balance. So I hope you learned something from this computation, and we'll see each other again next time. Good day.